Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another review. This one's going to be for Agent Carter, Episode 4, The Blitzkrieg Button. Kind of reminds me of that song, The Blitzkrieg Pop by the Ramones. But aside from the point, yeah, as usual, 10-second spoiler warning, as usual. For those who have yet to actually watch the episode, stop the video, go check it out, and then come back and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning, as usual, starting now. Sorry. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those who have yet to actually watch the episode and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me that never gave you a fair warning because as usual I did. So yeah, episode 4 of season 1 of Agent Carter, the Blitzkrieg Button. What did I think of it? As usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rates. So basically, Howard Stark has returned. Um, Basically, he's trying to get one of his many inventions. Because he's like, oh, he's okay with most of his inventions being gone at the moment, but there's one invention that he really doesn't want for people to get in the wrong hands or the wrong people to get on their hands, due to the fact that this particular invention, could literally wipe out all of the lights in New York, and he has no idea how to revert it. So basically turn back all the lights in New York. So that's why he wants it before anybody messes with it. Um, and also within this experiment, it also has a bit of Steve Rogers, or Captain America's blood. So it basically has a super soldier serum in there. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Peggy Carter, she's pretty pissed about that. The fact that he has some of Captain America's blood. Because they used to date and stuff. So she's pretty pissed about that, and she's pretty pissed at Howard as a whole throughout this whole episode, which I thought was actually pretty funny. We also have her coworker Danny Suezo, and he's trying to investigate more into that phone call from episode 2. Um, no, the guy from whoever gave them the lead, and he finds this one guy, who kind of gives him a lead, and they're able to connect due to the fact that they both lost something after the war, after World War II. Um, so yeah, I mean, overall, it was a pretty interesting episode, and yeah, Howard Stark, kind of just like Tony Stark, similar characteristics. Somewhat of a douchebag a-hole who's a womanizer, who's really smart, but really doesn't care who he hurts. Yeah, but like father, like son. Um, so yeah, and Jarvis. So yeah, Jarvis kind of took a backseat in this episode. He wasn't in the episode that much. But it's kind of expected that he takes this backseat. And then it was something very interesting. There's this one guy who's gonna go and kill Peggy Carter, for whatever reason. Because she kind of yeah, because she kind of stopped him in one of his drug deals apparently. So yeah, so he's gonna go stop kill Peggy Carter, and her neighbor kind of comes out and says that's a revolver gun or semi-automatic gun or whatever. He has this really cool gun. I don't know what she called it, and it was like a small pistol gun with like 6 holes. It was like it would look like a revolver, like the thing for a revolver where you put the bullets, but it was like a machine gun, so that was pretty cool. And it shot like 6 bullets. And each hole contains like 3 bullets each, and that was pretty cool in my opinion. So she kills the guy in like this judo style type of attack. Kills the guy, takes the weapon, and then puts his body under her bed. So that's kind of creepy, but whatever. And no, it's not her friend. It's some random neighbor, that we don't know. Well, we kind of know about her, but in reality, we don't like. We know of her existence. We know she's there, but we don't know much about her. So it's kind of interesting that I took that approach. Just some random neighbor as opposed to her friend from the diner. That would have been more interesting, but whatever. So yeah, overall it was a pretty good episode. I mean, there were some things that kind of bothered me, such as the that thing with the situation with the friends taking the gun. That was pretty weird and really had no explanation in my opinion. And then Howard Stark, he was pretty good. There's this one scene where Howard Stark, he's reading the newspaper, and Stanley, he does a cameo. Yeah, Stanley's like, "Excuse me, but can I see the sports section?" It was just pretty funny. It was hilarious in my opinion. That I did like that the Stanley cameo. I mean, they did say they were gonna have a Stanley cameo in episode 4. I kind of just forgot about it. But I did remember. So so yeah. I mean, overall, it was a pretty good episode. I mean, there were some things that kind of just happened unexplained. Most predominantly, one thing I could think of was the friend attacking that one guy just for a gun. That was pretty weird. Um, and the whole bonding situation between Suezo and that the war veteran that he found by the docks. I did think that was touching, and I do think that gave some pretty good character development for Dane Suezo. But I also do think that was kind of unexplained and uncalled for. I mean, in reality, it's not that unexplained, but it is a bit uncalled for. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, oh yeah, and the acting and writing are always pretty good. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I'd give this episode a 7.5 out of 10. It's a pretty good episode. And yeah, that's basically it for now. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. So definitely do stay tuned for that. Aside from that, like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.